Hello, this is a quick video. We had a question about resistance bands and which ones are the right, which ones are the wrong ones to use, which ones we should get. So I'm just going to do a quick video just trying to do a quick explanation of resistance bands for you. So I've got some examples down here on my little bench. So hope you can see these. First of all, we've got these kind of ribbony thready kind of resistance bands, often called TheraBands. They are stretchy, but they're very thin, and they're basically like a ribbon. These are fantastic for people who are not a lot of strength or for very small muscle groups. When I was rehabbing my ankle, I had to use this when I come out of a plaster for a few months. I needed this to help rehab my ankle, but once my strength builds up, it became too weak for me, and I had to go for a stronger version. But these are fantastic. But for some of the things we'll do in the exercise classes, they may be too weak, depending on circumstances. But they're very good, but they have their place. The next version up, I guess, would be resistance tubes. And these are just, a tube, really, with a handle on each end. They're not looped or anything, it's just a single thread. These tend to be fairly light. Different colours and stuff tend to have different resistances, but red does not mean anything and black does not mean anything. Different companies will have different colours for their different strengths. So I cannot say that red will be light, yellow will be stronger, black will be weaker or anything like that, because the different companies will just have different colours. But you can get them in different strengths. They tend to be stronger than the TheraBands. They have a nice comfortable handle you can hold on to, so if grip is an issue, then these resistance tubes tend to be really quite useful, and as I said, they are stronger. But again, for certain exercises we're going to need to have heavier resistance ones. So the next version up again would be these loops, and these is just a continuous loop all the way around. This particular one is, I believe, about 1 meter loop, like so. So, will that be? I can't think of pi, but it's not circumference, but just from one end there to the other end there is about 1 meter. But you can get these in different strengths. I have my other version over here. Whoops! It is attached to my bench, and as you can see, they come in different widths. Thicker ones are stronger. Thinner ones are easier, are lighter. Again, depending on the brand, the colours can mean anything, but quite a common one would be a red, would be a thin one, would be the light version. Black would be the next one up, purple would be the next one up, and I believe the next one up is green and then orange. They tend to be pretty consistent across the board, but of course you will find some which will have different colours randomly. But these tend to be red, easier. I don't have a red one. Black, purple and green. I don't know a green, it's too tough for me. But these are just resistance loops, continuous loops. And for stronger people or for stronger muscle groups, for legs and things like that, these we use a lot of. So we've got different kinds of resistance bands for different purposes, for different populations, for different reasons. All of them are fantastic. They really are. I'm not going to recommend one over the other because they are all really good. It all depends on what you're going to be using them for. For the Move Better classes, we tend to recommend this black one here, this black loop, because it's a kind of a middle of the road. It'll do most things for most people, and it's fairly easy to make it harder or easier. We can adjust it very quickly. I'll show you how to make it harder or easier. One quick, simple way to make it harder, is we need to shorten the band. So just by folding in half, now suddenly that is twice as hard. That is a lot harder to stretch than that. So by shortening the band, we make it harder. And of course, so by lengthening it, we make it easier. And of course we can do that in various ways. That short bit there is fairly tough to stretch. This longer bit here is much easier to stretch. So the longer, the easier, the shorter, the harder. That's a very simple way of making these resistance bands easier or harder. But as I say, all of them are fantastic. I recommend them all. It just depends on what particular exercise you're doing. I use them all for various people in various different ways. But yeah, the ones we recommend is this black one, because it tends to be middle of the road and tends to be pretty good for most people. So that's a quick primer on resistance bands. There's a lot more to say about it, but let's just get you started. Answer a couple of questions. If you have any questions, leave a comment and we'll get back to you, okay? Thanks so much. Cheers.